Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the London Black Knights and the Los Angeles Rams. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
We go! 15 line. 15 line. Back to go full street. Let's go!
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that told me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Second and 11. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
This will be caught inside the 10. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Now, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'll don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Rams defense comes up with a goal line stand. In a design QB run in that spot, maybe trying to catch the defense off guard a bit. It didn't work, though.
Again, we're seeing that college influence come into the NFL. Quarterback run game on 4th down. We didn't see that very much in the previous years in the NFL.
No, seeing it more, saw it there, did not work out. Turnover on downs. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, trying to squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Let's go, D. 58, boy. 58, Mike.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's his 2nd drop right here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, only in the 1st quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The former 1st-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White, and the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their 1st touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone, we're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you're talking about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. On second down, this is Madison. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. On second down now, it's Thompson, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On third down, Swift, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
There's Anthony Miller as they trot back out to go on offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Here's Madison. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. They're going to look to throw.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. He'll look to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. They'll set up a throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They trail offense. First time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Going to run with Madison again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is taken around the 12. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. On 2nd down, Swift. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
He's going to fire, and that's caught inside the 35. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. He'll look to throw. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Ready? 30 base. Right there in the middle. 55.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
Spot it up.
He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Ready? General
A
West.
3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll try the left side. Swift. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Back now in Los Angeles. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th.
Be ready. Be ready. 58, boys. 58. 58. Go. Check.
Hey, 58 is a mic. Go his head.
He'll drop to throw. Looking right sideline. That's complete. Touchdown. In for the score. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Jenkins in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The open man here, Renfro. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Mullins now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's complete. Stills. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got him. Kill. Ready.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And some space here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
Ready up.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play that time for the Rams. 56 yards. They'll set up to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. A gain of 28 yards there, and give them a first down.
And they just hit another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game, and however it turns out, it turns out.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Pettis once again the target, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Set, go. Tight dog. Hut, hut. Set, hut. Ready, go. Right over there. Hut up. 58, right there. Here we go. Greystone travel. Ready. Check. Lucky. Ready. Check 31. Pilot 64, weak. Hut up. Ready. Ready, go.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
All day, baby, all day.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. He got 29 yards that time. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Hut. Set, hut.
Mike, 54. It's been a long day for you. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Check 26. Check 20.
Blue dart Corkers. Blue dart Corkers. Smoke. Gone. Gone.
Watch out. Watch out.
Ready, go.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Still first down.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal.
Nice 7, let's go.
Hey, 58 is a Mike. Go 58.
Yep.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Box try.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
58's the Mike.
Hut, hut.
They're going to look to throw. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, ahead, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass it to receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game has names, we'll insert cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all beat the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all beat the flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can like rocket fuel.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the road. I get so cold as my homie. There's so many bills. Word in my dome like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as leaders and vessels alone. They showing me love for my city. Women like they know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Give everyone jobs. I'm not a god. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part. Like them LeBron. Rings to the team. I'm protection and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of the dudes to do well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me. Just win for me. Don't kill for me. Just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together. Leave the bill for me. Like hand on my heart. I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Ready, take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, you know I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS another loss. GPS another loss. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS Liberty. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they only taking notes. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they taking notes.
Here we go. Set. Sick. Ready. Ready.
It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like your belly show. This over any, yo, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Let's go.
Young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like your belly show. This over any, yo, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish now. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest. Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any come and see, I'm still guaranteed my win. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras open. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they trying to focus in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, dismiss it, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like your belly show. This over any, yo, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like your belly show. This over any, yo, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Set, 6, 8, ready. Here we go. Hot, hot. Down. 8, read. Go. Let's go. Set, go.
Honey, I dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold. Copy. End zone.
Ready, go.
Celebrate. Copy. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, man. I'll deal with the hands.
Let's go now.
I ruin they
Ready.
plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey,
Ready.
dash.
Hot, hot.
Honey, dash. Honey, dash. Honey, dash. Honey, dash. Yeah. They can't catch up 'cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when attack like damage.
Ready.
I can play it back on the
Hot,
camera.
hot.
High boy, just to see me flammable. Sure shot. I got all the attention to the leash. I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us.
80 weapon. 8, ready, go.
Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold. Copy. End zone.
Here we
Watch
go.
me celebrate.
Set, go.
I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, man. I'll deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me.
Here we go.
Plans. I do what I
94.
want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. 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 They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best 'cause I am. There's no need in keeping it low key. I can drop it like a turkey. I run straight through the beat like a train. This shit ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. There's a lot of trash talk. You call us up making a name. I put on the jets. The coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around to the tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion of the jungle. Just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, move, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet.
Ready.
Treat the pocket like plastic. Look on the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. brothers that's ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got
let's go now, let's go now, let's go now.
Hut, hut. What you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debate. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a room to the bed until we all nothing but gets. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the jet. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they on my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. She knows my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Ted Hut, 8, read. Recon, 132. Ready, ready. Here we go, here we go. Hut, hut.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money.
Ready
Why
up.
are you mad
Chopper,
like that?
chopper.
Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't geese, too bad, my bad.
Go.
First of the month, I'ma run it back. Sunday, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards,
Ready.
run it back. I got my car, I run it
66.
back.
Bullet high.
Run it back,
Ted,
run it back,
go.
run it back. Hello. Let the jag call it. Go over real quick. To let my jag talk it. I eat it. Ooh.
Here we go.
Wait, my leg.
Ready, go.
I ain't never coming back. Away the spread. You don't make me pass that when you back my back. I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall. I'ma slap that. Clap when the money goes.
Set,
Slap
ready.
that's fast as the money low. I'ma grab
Huh.
raw man. When I
Ready.
come back, I'ma give my bad. Check hit the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that knocking at my window?
Come on, set. Ted
They
Lobo.
say that it's the
Hut, hut.
money. I'm like 10 over and out. That's like a limbo. She said she not a, she an.
Set. Nice. Hut, hut.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh,
Here we go.
I'm in my
Set.
new bag, my
Rotate
bad.
spill.
You ain't geek.
Ready, go.
Too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48
Down.
yards, I run it
70
back.
Indy.
I cop a car.
Ted, go.
Run it back, run it back, run it back. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill?
Ready?
I'm giving they soul
Let's
the
go.
chills. My truly cold as shield. Stories treacherous. I definitely show 'em skills. Yeah. Ripper stuff the X like I don't know no
Let's
real.
go, let's go, let's
See
go.
the pain,
Ted
but
Hut.
I they know it's real. Bitch, what? Right before the deal. Say this one for your photo
Let's go
reel.
now, let's go.
Let's
Ready?
the testing, I'ma show 'em skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show 'em skills.
Ready?
How about it? How about
Hut,
it? You
hut.
wanna cheat, I get it started. You starting a lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? How about it? Rep for your bro, for your post,
Ready,
your
ready?
your butt.
Let's go.
It's coming. Look how far we coming. Heartbeat, heart the streets. You can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet. One man on me, get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods. Damn it out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My truly cold is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show 'em skills. Yeah. Ripper stuff the
came to win.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support bra. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Grape colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together. Like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad, big pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Desto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I mean pesos. Hit your sons, I'ma face those. Never say no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, full of points of God.
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him out. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the big skin and stretch your distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your Instagram. Run it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and fifties and 20s, no fives and no singles, don't count on them. She wanna like me cause I like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, full of points of God.
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100 in the
these racks up, 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter, when they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one, made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash and love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast.